Hey guys, it's Saga from TecworkZ, and in this video, let us see whether dual cameras on the Redmi Note 7 Pro stand in comparison to the ones on the OnePlus 7. Now both these phones fall in a completely different price range and cater different audiences. But despite of the price difference, primary camera on both sport the same 48 megapixel Sony IMX 586 sensor. So it will be interesting to see how both these phones handle or process the images being captured by this camera. As I said, primary camera has the same Sony IMX 586 sensor on both the phones, but it is coupled with f1.7 aperture on the OnePlus 7, while the Note 7 Pro gets f1.8 aperture. Both phones use face detection for autofocusing, and OnePlus 7 gets optical image stabilization to help it take better images in lower light. Secondary camera on both the phones get a 5 megapixel depth sensor with f2.4 aperture, and it is only used for sensing depth information for portrait shots. Note 7 Pro can capture 4K videos at 30 fps, 1080p videos at 30, 60 and 120 fps, and 720p videos in 30 and 120 fps. OnePlus 7 can shoot 4K videos at 30 and 60 fps, 1080p videos at 30, 60 and 240 fps, and 720p videos at 480 fps. At the front, OnePlus 7 gets a 16 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture, and Redmi Note 7 Pro comes with a 13 megapixel sensor, again with f2.0 aperture. With specs out of the way, it is now time to check out the image and video samples from both the phones. But before that, if you are new to this channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it. That way, you won't miss out on any of the amazing videos coming up on this channel. Starting with the daylight images, you can see both of them capture incredible amount of details. Almost all of the images from the Note 7 Pro are a bit brighter, and it also seems to apply a bit more sharpening to its images compared to the OnePlus 7. Keep in mind that both the phones have the same exact primary sensor, so both the phones are getting the same exact raw data, and the difference that we see in these images is the result of processing that both these phones apply on top of those images. Now because the Note 7 Pro leans towards capturing slightly brighter images, it tends to miss out on some of the details in the highlights, like in the clouds in this image. It also tends to capture warmer images when we get indoors, while the OnePlus 7 shifts more towards cooler color tones. We also see a bit more contrast in some of the images from the Redmi Note 7 Pro, which depending on your preference, you may or may not like. When it comes to dynamic range, Note 7 Pro seems to bring up slightly more details on the shadows compared to the OnePlus 7. And both of them do a good job of keeping the highlights in check in these situations. All of these have been normal 12 megapixel images captured in auto mode. But if you want, you can make both these phones take 48 megapixel images. There is definitely a difference in the way both of them capture colors, but there is barely any distinguishable difference between the 12 and 48 megapixel images. These 48 megapixel images are huge in terms of file size, but they don't really offer any more details than the 12 megapixel images. So it is best to stick to the default 12 megapixel mode on both these phones. I love taking close-up and macro shots, and both these phones do a good job with them. Note 7 Pro has a marginally better minimum focusing distance. Once both the cameras have set their focus, the subject is perfectly sharp, and thanks to a wide aperture on both, background is nicely blurred out. I don't know about you guys, but what I look forward to in most smartphones these days is how good they are at taking portrait shots of humans and objects. Because whenever I have people in my shot, I just switch to the portrait mode. In this case, OnePlus 7 seems to be doing a much better job of detecting the edges and separating the subject from background, and at the same time, it is also showing much better colors and dynamic range. Now OnePlus 7 is not the best when it comes to capturing a lot of details in these portrait shots, but the subject in the portraits of Redmi Note 7 Pro are even softer, which makes the portraits from the OnePlus 7 look more detailed in comparison. Note 7 Pro does a much better job while capturing portrait shots of objects. It is better at detecting the edges and keeping the subject in focus, whereas the OnePlus 7 shows some signs of struggle when it comes to capturing portrait shots like these. I hope the Note 7 Pro was this good while capturing portrait shots of people as well. Now let's move to indoor, artificial and lower lighting situations. You have seen this image before, and as I mentioned then, the first thing that you will notice when I get indoors is that the Note 7 Pro captures much warmer colors, while the auto white balance on the OnePlus 7 tends to compensate for the color temperature of the ambient light and makes the image a bit cooler. Both the phones capture similar amount of details in these situations as well, which we can see as I zoom in on this image. Overall images from the OnePlus 7 are a bit cleaner in these situations, which means they have a bit less noise compared to the ones from the Note 7 Pro. But I have to say, for its price, Note 7 Pro is doing a very good job here. Both the phones also have night mode to help them capture better images in lower light. You need to hold the phones very steady for a few moments while capturing these images, and the resulting images are better than the normal auto mode images. There is still a lot of noise in them, and the difference is not as drastic as you would see in the normal and night mode images from the Pixel 3 or the Huawei P30 Pro. But if you happen to find yourself in situations where there is barely any light, night mode on both these phones can help you to get a usable shot. While it is not very easy to decide which one takes better images in night mode, I am going to say it's the OnePlus 7 because it is more consistent with details and sharpness levels, whereas only few of the night mode images from the Note 7 Pro are good, so it's a bit inconsistent. Here are two images that I shot when it was completely dark, and we can see that the image from the OnePlus 7 shows a bit more details in the palm tree. And now this is the same image from both the phones with the flash turned on. Again, you can easily see that the image from the OnePlus 7 is showing more details over here. So when it comes to low light photography, although the difference is not very drastic, we will have to pick the OnePlus 7 as the winner. That brings us to the front facing camera. The 16 megapixel selfie camera on the OnePlus 7 takes much detailed images, and it also shows better skin tones. Whereas selfies from the Note 7 Pro are very soft, and I think it tries to apply some kind of skin smoothing even when the beauty mode is turned off. Same thing continues with the portrait selfies. The subject is very sharp in the images from the OnePlus 7, and the edge detection is also much better. Blur in the background to its portrait selfies is also much better. So again, for the front facing camera, winner is the OnePlus 7. Here's a video from the front facing camera of the OnePlus 7 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro. You can see how both these phones are handling the overall colors of the scene, exposure and stabilization when I am walking around with them. Both these phones can take 4K videos at 30 fps. OnePlus 7 can go a step further and shoot 4K 60 fps videos as well. For some reason, 30 fps videos on my OnePlus 7 were not stabilized, but that issue has been fixed after resetting the phone to its factory settings a couple of times. Redmi Note 7 Pro shot extremely choppy videos when it first came out, but after the most recent software update, it seems to be dropping less frames while shooting videos, which is really nice. Note 7 Pro can take 120 fps slow motion videos in 1080p resolution, and the OnePlus 7 can do 240 fps at that same resolution. OnePlus can also do 480 fps at 720p resolution, which looks really good. While shooting slow motion videos with these or any other phones, make sure to do it outdoors where there is bright light. Shooting these videos indoors or in artificial light will result in grainy and flickering videos. After looking at all the image and video samples, I think it is safe to say that the OnePlus 7 has a better set of cameras of the two. But the difference in the camera performance of these phones is not the same as the difference in their prices. Note 7 Pro does well, and in normal daytime, its images are almost as good as the ones from the OnePlus 7. Its low light performance is also not very bad, and it only struggles while taking portrait shots and when it comes to the selfie camera. But most of these differences are only noticed when you compare these images side by side. If you look at them individually on a screen of a smartphone, and if I remove the watermark, most people won't even be able to tell that which image is from which phone. So if you are looking for a better camera, and if budget is not an issue, then go for the OnePlus 7. But if you can't stretch your budget over 14 or 15,000 rupees, then get the Redmi Note 7 Pro and you will still end up with one of the best set of cameras in that price range. What do you guys think about the cameras on both these phones? And if you were trying to decide between these phones, which one will you choose and why? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped you, and if you decide on getting any one of these phones, I will appreciate if you get them from the affiliate links in the description section. It helps the channel at no extra cost to you. If you don't already know this, I don't get review units from companies, so I purchase these and any other phones that you see on my channel. And since I have spent my own money on these phones, I don't have any incentive to say that a particular phone is better than the other when it is actually not. And I can share my thoughts, which are completely based on the results that these phones are showing us. If for some reason you still don't agree with my thoughts, or if you don't like my analysis of these images, then you can go back, mute the video, watch it in the highest resolution that your device supports, and draw your own conclusions that way. That is it for this video, guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.